Hello friends, welcome to Global Online Kannada. Friends, this is our lecture number 3 on people development and environment. And friends, if you want to join our course for teaching and research aptitude for paper 1 KSET 2022, here you will get theory lectures on complete syllabus, MCQ lectures on complete syllabus. You will also receive practice MCQ set, 50 plus mock tests are available, comprehensive notes on all the units. With this, you will also get solved previous year question papers in video and PDF format. This course is available in English and also in Kannada. So if you want to join, you can contact these numbers. You can also download our global online app from Play Store. Here you can download global online app and you can click on Karntaka site 2022. Then you will get theory lectures, MCQ lectures, mock tests, solve previous year question papers, practice MCQ set and comprehensive notes. So all these material you are going to get on this app also. So ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಥಿಯರಿ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ವೀಡಿಯೋಗಳನ್ನು, MCQ ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ವೀಡಿಯೋಗಳನ್ನು, ಮತ್ತು ಮಾಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಮಾಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್, PYQs ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ MCQ ಸೆಟ್, ಕಾಂಪ್ರಿಹೆನ್ಸಿವ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲನ್ನು ನೀವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಆ್ಯಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಪಡಿಬೋದು. ನೀವು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಟೋರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಂತ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಲೋಗೋ ಬರುವ ಆ್ಯಪನ್ನು ನೀವು ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಮಟೀರಿಯಲನ್ನು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಚಾನಲ್ಗೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಗ್ರೂಪಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಹಜಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ನೋ ಎನಿ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಆರ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, energy or organism which is used by human being is known as the resource. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದು ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕವಾಗಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮಾನವ ನಿರ್ಮಿತ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮಾನವನ ಉಪಯೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುವಂತಿದ್ದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಎನಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, yes, it is natural or artificial. If it is used by the human beings to increase the welfare, then it is known as the resource. So as you on next let us see natural and energy resources. So first let us go through the natural resources. Natural resources means all things that nature has provided us. So these resources, natural resources, are available at free of cost from the nature. So these are not man-made. So nature is going to provide these resources such as soil, air, water, mineral, coal, sunshine, animals, plants. These are all known as the ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್. ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳು ಅಂತಂತಂದರೆ ಇವು ನಿಸರ್ಗದಿಂದ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಮಾನವನಿಗೆ ಲಭ್ಯವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇವೆ. ಇವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾನವ ಹಣ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಂಥ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಮಣ್ಣು ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಗಾಳಿ, ನೀರು, ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್, ಕೋಲ್ಸ್, ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಶಾಖ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಬೆಳಕು, ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು, ಸಸ್ಯಗಳು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗಿವೆ, ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳು. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್, the resources which have been developed by human beings during the growth of civilization are called artificial resources. So for example, biogas, thermal electricity, plastic. So these are all known as the man-made resources or artificial resources. And these man-made resources are derived from some other natural resources. For example, plastics from natural resource petroleum. ಸೊ ಈ ಮಾನವ ನಿರ್ಮಿತ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾನವ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಮಾಡಲು ಆತ ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳನ್ನ ಬಳಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಈ ಮಾನವ ನಿರ್ಮಿತ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳನ್ನು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಪಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಬಯೋಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಥರ್ಮಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ, ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್, ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ರೋಡ್ಸ್, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗಿವೆ, ಮಾನವ ನಿರ್ಮಿತ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳಾಗಿವೆ. So here you can see the picture. Resources are divided into two types. One is natural resources, another one is artificial. Example, coal is an example of natural resource. Electricity is an example of artificial resource. Again, natural resources are divided into two types. One is exhaustible resources, another one is inexhaustible resources. Exhaustible resources like petrol, diesel, these are going to finish one day. So once if you use, yes, this substance is going to lose its value in the nature. Yes, the same amount is not available for the next time. Yes, inexhaustible resources means these are not going to finish. Yes, these we can renew again and again. So solar energy, wind, rainfall, tidal energy, these are known as the inexhaustible resources. Again, inexhaustible resources, there are two types. One is renewable resources, non-renewable resources. Renewable means wind, water, forest. Again and again we can renew it, we can reuse. But non-renewable is once if they finish, we are unable to renew it, such as coal, petrol, iron, biological species. These are all non-renewable resources. ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಪ್ರಕಾರಗಳಿವೆ. ಒಂದು ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಾನವ ನಿರ್ಮಿತ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ. ಇವುಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳಂತಂದರೆ ಕಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಲು, ಮಾನವ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಶಕ್ತಿ. ಮತ್ತು ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳು ಎರಡು ಪ್ರಕಾರಗಳಿವೆ, ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗುವ, ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗದ. ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗುವ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಈ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳು ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇವೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಯಾವಾಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮುಗಿಯುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಗಾಳಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ಮಳೆ, ಟೈಡಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗುವ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನವೀಕರಿಸಬಹುದಾದ ಅಂದರೆ ಗಾಳಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ವಾಟರ್, ನೀರಿನ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ಈಗ ಅರಣ್ಯಗಳು, ಇವುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಬಳಕೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ನಾನ್ ರಿನ್ಯೂಯಬಲ್ ಅಂತಂತಂದರೆ ನವೀಕರಿಸಲಾಗದ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಕಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಲಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿದರೆ ಅದು ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ರಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಸ್ಯಗಳು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ನವೀಕರಿಸಲಾಗದ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳಾಗಿವೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಎಕ್ಸಾಸ್ಟಿಬಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗದೇ ಇರುವ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳು. ದ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಕನ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್, those are known as the inexhaustible resources. If when the human beings are using these resources for his consumption, but these resources will not be exhausted from the world. Such resources are known as the inexhaustible resources, such as water, solar radiation, wind, tidal power, and also sand, clay, air, water, ocean. These are all known as the ಇನ್ಎಕ್ಸಾಸ್ಟಿಬಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇವು ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗದೇ ಇರುವ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳು. ಮಾನವನು ತನ್ನ ಬಯಕೆಗಳನ್ನು ಈಡೇರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಆದರೆ ಈ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳು ಯಾವಾಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮುಗಿಯುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಥ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಎಕ್ಸಾಸ್ಟಿಬಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಬೆಳಕು ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಗಾಳಿ, ನೀರು, ಮಣ್ಣು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ಎಕ್ಸಾಸ್ಟಿಬಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್. The next one is exhaustible resources. There are some resources which are available in limited quantities and are going to be exhausted as a result of continuous use. Such resources are known as the exhaustible resources. Yes, these exhaustible resources mean these are available in limited. When the people are going to use these resources will exhaust from the world. Such resources are known as the exhaustible resources, such as coal, petrol, natural gas. One day these resources may exhaust. ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗುವ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳಂತಂದರೆ ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಈ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳು ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇವೆ. ಇವು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಲಭ್ಯ ಇವೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಕೋಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಲು ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಡೀಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇವೆ. ಸೊ ಇವುಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಸ್ಟಿಬಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. Next, renewable resources. Some of the exhaustible resources are naturally regenerated after consumption. Yes, after consuming these resources, and naturally again these resources are regenerated. Such resources are known as the renewable resources. For example, forest trees and plants, water in ocean, these are all renewable resources. Yes, if you use again and again, these resources are going to regenerate. Yes, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬಳಸಿದಂತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ರೀಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಅವು ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಕಾಡುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಗಿಡ ಮರಗಳನ್ನು ಕಡಿಯೋದರಿಂದ ಅರಣ್ಯ ಪೂರ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾಶ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಗಿಡಗಳು ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇವೆ. ನದಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿನ ನೀರು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ರಿನ್ಯೂವೇಬಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್. ಗಾಳಿ, soil, forest, vegetation, wildlife, these are examples for renewable resources. The next one is non-renewable resources. The resources which cannot be replaced after the use are known as the non-renewable resources. ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಬಳಸಿದರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳು ನವೀಕರಿಸುವುದು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸರಿ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿದರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ ನಮಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸಚ್ ಆಸ್ ಮಿನರಲ್ಸ್, ಕಾಪರ್, ಐರನ್, ಫಾಸಿಲ್ ಫ್ಯೂಯಲ್ಸ್ ಸಚ್ ಆಸ್ coal and oil. These are examples for non-renewable resources. Some rare plants and animals are also examples for non-renewable resources. Yes, ಈ ಮಿನರಲ್ಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕಾಪರ್, ಐರನ್, ಕಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಲಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಯಿಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನ್ ರಿನ್ಯೂಯಬಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ಗಳಾಗಿವೆ. Yes, next, sources of energy. There are major two sources are there. One is conventional source of energy. Another one is non-conventional source of energy. So the first one is let us see sources of energy. There are two types are there. One is conventional sources of energy. Another one is non-conventional source of energy. Again, conventional sources are two types. One is commercial sources such as coal, petroleum and electricity, means these are bought and sold in the market. Non-commercial sources means these are available in the nature, such as firewood, straw, dried dung. These are examples for non-commercial sources. And non-conventional sources include biogas, solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, energy from urban waste. These are examples for non-conventional sources. So here you can see the differences between conventional and non-conventional sources. Sometimes you will get the question here, so please remember the differences. Conventional source of energy, these sources of energy are also known as non-renewable resources. So conventional ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇವು ನಾನ್ ರಿನ್ಯೂವೇಬಲ್, ನವೀಕರಿಸಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. Non-conventional sources means these are renewable resources. ಸೊ ಈ ನಾನ್ ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ ರೀಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Conventional sources, they find both commercial and industrial purpose, and non-conventional, they are mainly used for household purposes. And conventional sources, these can be considered to be one of the reasons for the cause of pollution. Yes, non-conventional sources are going to create pollution, environmental pollution, but non-conventional sources, these are not so responsible for the cause of pollution. Conventional sources examples coal, fossil fuels, etc. The non-conventional sources wind, solar energy, biomass, etc. So next let us see about greenhouse gases. This greenhouse gases means some atmospheric gases absorb and remit infrared energy from the atmosphere down to the earth's surface, and this process is known as the greenhouse effect. Yes, there are some atmospheric gases are there. These gases are going to absorb and also remit the infrared energy from the atmosphere down to the earth. Due to the temperature will increase, so it is known as the greenhouse effect. And if it were not for the greenhouse gas effect, earth average temperature would be chilly at 18 degrees Celsius. So the earth has a natural greenhouse effect due to trace amounts of water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane and nitrous oxide. So these gases let the solar radiation reach the earth's surface, but they absorb infrared radiation emitted by the earth and thereby lead to the heating of the surface of the planet. So this is known as the greenhouse effect. ಈ ಗ್ರೀನ್ಹೌಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ಗಳು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ, ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಕಿರಣಗಳು ಭೂಮಿಯನ್ನು ತಲುಪ್ತಾ ಇವೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಈ ಹಸಿರು ಮನೆ ಈ ಗ್ರೀನ್ಹೌಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ಗಳು ಈ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಡ್ ರೇಸನ್ನು ಏನು ಅರ್ತ್ನಿಂದ ಎಮಿಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇವೆ, ಅವುಗಳನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇವೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಭೂಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹೀಟ್ ವಾತಾವರಣದ ಒಂದು ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಕಿರಣಗಳನ್ನು ಈ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ ಹಿಡಿದಿಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ the natural greenhouse effect is caused by the natural amount of greenhouse gases. So in the absence of the natural greenhouse effect, the surface of the earth would be approximately 33 degree cooler. Then the enhanced greenhouse effect refers to the additional radiative forcing resulting from increased concentrations of greenhouse gases, and these greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, hydrofluorocarbons, then hydrofluorocarbons, hydrochlorofluorocarbons, HCFCs, HCFCs, ozone. These are greenhouse gases. And there is the global atmosphere watch, GAW. This is going to observe and analyze and also publish greenhouse gas data collected by 50 countries around the globe. So the greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide CO2, methane CH4, nitrous oxide N2O, halocarbons and SF6, molecular hydrogen H2. These are some greenhouse gases. Next, let us move to the natural hazards and disasters. So geophysical hazards encompass geological, meteorological phenomena such as earthquakes, coastal erosion, volcanic eruption, cyclonic storms and drought. And biological hazards can refer to a diverse array of disease and infestation. Other natural hazards such as flood, wildlife can result from a combination of geological, hydrological and climatic factors. So first let us move to the geological hazards. So ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಜಾರ್ಡ್ಗಳು ಯಾವ ಕೆಟಗರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತವೆ ಅಂತ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಜಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ಗಳ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವಲಾಂಚಿ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ an example for geological hazard, and it is going to occur when large snow or rocks mass slides down a mountain slide. So it is known as the avalanche. It is an example of gravity current consisting of a granular material. ಯಾವಾಗ ಈ ಒಂದು ಎತ್ತರದ ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳಿಂದ ಸ್ನೋ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಈ ರಾಕ್ಸ್ಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಬೀಳ್ತಾ ಇವೆ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಎಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅವಲಂಚಿ. So here lots of material or mixtures of different types of material fall or slide rapidly under the force of gravity. Yes, due to gravitational force these are attracted. So the lots of material is falling down. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗುರುತ್ವಾಕರ್ಷಣೆ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಅತಿ ಎತ್ತರದ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿನ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇವೆ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬೀಳ್ತಾ ಇವೆ. So the next one is earthquake. Means, as you all know, earthquake results from a sudden release of stored energy that radiates seismic waves. This please remember, earthquake, bhukampagalu, earthquake, it is the result is an earthquake results from, the main reason for the earthquake is a release of stored energy that radiates seismic waves. So earthquake, it is also an example for geological hazard. At the earth's surface, earthquakes may manifest with shaking or displacement of the ground. When the earthquake is going to occur on the sea floor, the resulting displacement of water can sometimes result in tsunami also. Yes, you have to remember it. Then the next one is tsunami. Tsunami is also known as a seismic sea wave or as tidal wave, or is a series of waves in water bodies caused by the displacement of large volume of water, generally in an ocean or a large lake. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಈಸಿ ಇವೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿವೆ. ಸುನಾಮಿ ಅಂತಂತಂದರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಾಗರದಲ್ಲಿ, ಸಮುದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಅಲೆಗಳು, ನೀರಿನ ಒಂದು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಲೆಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇವೆ. So waves in water body caused by the displacement of a large volume of water is known as the tsunami. This is also geological hazard. Geological hazard is coastal erosion. Yes, coastal erosion, it is a physical process by which shorelines in coastal areas around the world shift and change primarily in response to waves and currents. Please remember, for coastal erosion the main reasons are, one is the sea waves and currents that can be influenced by tides and storms. So just here you have to remember these all natural hazards are coming under the geological hazards. So lahar is an also example of geological hazard. It is a type of natural event closely related to a volcanic eruption, and this lahar involves a large amount of material originating from an eruption of a glaciated volcano, and it also includes mud from the melted ice, rock and ash sliding down the slide of the volcano at a rapid pace. So remember, lahar, it is an example of geological hazard. It is also a natural event, and it is closely related to volcanic eruption. It involves large amount of material originating from the volcanic eruption. Landslide, it is the movement of a rock, earth or debris down a sloped section of the land, and these reasons for landslides are rain, earthquakes, volcanoes, etc. Then sinkholes also, it is also an example for geological hazard. Yes, it is a localized depression in the surface of topography, and this is caused by collapse of a subterranean structure such as cave. Just remember, sinkhole, it is a geological hazard. The reason is collapse of subterranean structure such as cave. Then volcanic eruption, this is also geological hazard only. It is a point in which a volcano is active and releases its power, and the eruptions come in many forms. Next, let us see meteorological hazard. Sometime you will get questions here, so you have to remember which hazard is coming under which category. So meteorological hazard includes blizzard. Blizzard, it is a severe winter storm, icy and windy conditions characterized by low temperature, strong wind and heavy snow. Please remember it. Then drought means, drought, it is an also example for meteorological hazard. Yes, that global warming and climate change may result in more extensive droughts. Then hailstorm, it is also a meteorological hazard, and a hailstorm, it is a natural hazard where a thunderstorm produces numerous hailstones which damage the location in which they fall. So where the hailstorm it is going to fall, there it is going to damage the local environment. Then heat wave, it is also meteorological hazard. It is characterized by heat which is considered extreme and unusual in the area in which it occurs. Heat waves are rare and require specific combinations of weather events to take place, and may include temperature inversion, katabatic winds or other phenomena. Then maelstrom, it is also example for meteorological hazard. It is very powerful whirlpool. It is large swirling body of a water with considerable downdraft. Cyclonic storm, hurricane, tropical cyclone or typhoon are different names for the same phenomena. A cyclonic storm system that forms over the oceans. Ice storm, it is also meteorological hazard. And ice storm, it is a particular weather event in which precipitation falls as ice due to atmospheric conditions. Tornado, it is a natural disaster resulting from a thunderstorm, and these tornadoes are violent rotating columns of air which can blow at speed between 50 mph and 300 mph and possibly higher. These are going to occur one at a time or can occur in large tornado outbreaks associated with supercells or in the other large areas of thunderstorm development. So just remember the name. Then geomagnetic storm, water spout, flood, these are all meteorological hazards. Wildfire, it is also a meteorological hazard. Then natural hazards and disasters by high powered committee in India. Yes, HPC high powered committee was constituted in August 1999 under the chairmanship of J.C. Pant. The mandate of the HPC was to prepare comprehensive model plans for disaster management at national, state and also at district level. And this HPC, this was the first attempt in India towards a systematic and comprehensive look at all disasters. Okay friends, this is about our today's session. In next video we will discuss the other topics. Thank you.